When you detach from your outcome, the goal, the outcome is more likely to come. This has been probably my biggest breakthrough this year, is this idea that for me to achieve my goals means I actually need to not focus on my goals. Now, what I mean by that is to still keep focusing on doing the work, to still keep focusing on the habits, on the rituals, on the practices that help to increase the probability of manifesting a goal. But once the seed has been planted, once the watering has been metaphorically done, that I have to then let go and trust that the seed will get the appropriate sunlight and that it will get the appropriate nutrients that it needs to grow into the outcome that I desire. Now, this has been amazing for me this year. I'll share with you an area where this has been really showing up for me. So one of the things that I do as a passion project is public speaking. I've been public speaking now for probably 5, 6, 7 years. And one of the things that I was hired to do before the pandemic is I was hired by other organizations to come in and speak to sell on their behalf. Now, a speak to sell presentation, just so that you know, is where I would come into an audience, I would come into a hotel, and one of my business partners would have a product, and I would go on stage and I would speak for 90 minutes to 2 hours about that product with a view to people buying into like a 3 or a 4-day training where they can go deeper on implementing the knowledge that I've shared. And initially, when I first started doing that, I was doing really well. I was really enjoying it. It was a lot of fun, and I was getting a lot of joy from speaking. And then something happened. At an unconscious level, it was completely unconscious, things started to change. I was not selling the way I was in the beginning. Some events I'd be selling nothing. And over time, what happened is I started to get frustrated. I started to get annoyed. I started to find myself competing with other speakers. I found myself getting gigs and opportunities given to other people. And I was just finding myself spiraling into this kind of feeling of something is wrong. I would do more training. I would work harder on my speaking. And it just felt hard. It felt like I was in quicksand and I just couldn't get out. And I would love to say to you, and then one day by magic, everything changed. But actually what's changed is over the past 6 or 7 months, I've been back doing more third-party speaking. I've had a couple of years off from that where I've been building my own business, and doing that has been working really well. But over the past sort of 6 or 7 months at the time of doing this video, I've been starting to do more third-party speaking again. And the results have been incredible, like better than they ever were in the very beginning years ago. And I put it down to this one thing, which is that I have been learning and training myself to become detached from the outcome. You see, when we are attached to an outcome, what happens is we are giving off a vibration. We're giving off a vibration of lack, and we're giving off a vibration of neediness. Now, when we're giving off a vibration of neediness, when people can feel that we need something, what they feel is that it's kind of a bit creepy. Like they can sense that we are trying to get something from them. And it's not that we are giving in a clean way. It's that we are giving to receive. When you are giving with a view to receiving, it makes the energy, frankly, it makes the energy dirty. It's a bit like when I was trying to find a girlfriend, I couldn't get one. I was so needy of like, are you my soulmate? Are you my soulmate? Are you my soulmate? Are you going to be the love of my life? And I was so needy for it that I couldn't get a girlfriend. Or when I was trying to build my coaching business and I was like, I just need a client. One of my mentors used to say, Rich Litvin used to say, needy is creepy. Meaning if you need something and you give off a needy vibe, people can sense it. And people are unattracted to people who are needy. Compare it to the cool guy at school, kind of leaning against the lockers, toothpick in his mouth, kind of not caring, kind of aloof. Now, I don't mean be aloof, but what I mean is to when you're in your own frame, when you care less about what other people think, you care less about what other people give you, and you fundamentally prioritize giving to yourself, like your cup is so full that you don't need people to validate you, that you don't need people to approve of you because you validate yourself. When you have that kind of energy, it changes everything. And my speaking over the past 6 months has changed. It's gone to a completely new level. Selling has been easier than ever before. I'm on stage now having more fun than I've ever had. And I remember years ago, I used to sell gym memberships for a living. And when I started, it was fun. Then it became not fun. Then it became fun again. And what changed, what made it fun after not being fun, was I fell in love with the process. I fell in love with serving. I fell in love with the contribution, not of getting the significance and validation. And it's likely that if you are a person that is needy, has a needy energy, that there is a unmet need inside of you. Meaning there is some need in you that is unmet. And it likely goes back to childhood. So for me, when I'm in a needy energy, it's an indicator that my inner child has an unmet need. So when I started speaking on stage and I wasn't enjoying it and I was needy, my inner child was desperately asking the audience to like me and to validate me, because I was incapable at an unconscious level of validating myself. And so if you are in a needy energy, if there's something in your life right now where you need to give yourself more self-love, you may want to try some inner child meditations. You definitely want to consider therapy if you've not done that. You definitely want to consider shadow work. Like I'm working with a inner child coach, a shadow coach right now. And we're spending a lot of our time on detachment. It's like drilling it into me. I'm actually speaking at an event today. And one of the things I'll be really conscious of doing before I go on stage is becoming completely detached. Like completely detached. I'll be doing breath work. I'll be doing meditation to let go of any energy that I have to wanting something from the audience. I'll literally be focusing on cleansing my aura of any energy that might be given off, any kind of scent that might give off that I want and need something. And not even like, I don't mean even hiding it. I mean getting rid of it. And the way that I do that is through things like meditation, through inner child work, through breath work, etc. So just know that if you're needy for something, that's not a bad thing. Do not make the part of you that has a need unmet, do not make it wrong. But you need to heal that part. You need to speak to that part. You need to love that part. You need to nurture that part. Because when you do, that is where you will fill up your cup. That is where you will raise your self-esteem. You will not raise your self-esteem in doing just affirmations and telling yourself you're worthy and going to more seminars and getting more mentors. You must validate yourself. You must validate your inner child, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You've got to do it for yourself. So look, hey, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found this one useful. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know, what have you got from this video? What do you take from this video? What has this taught you? What is your biggest takeaway? What are you now going to do with this information? It's great to have knowledge, But knowledge isn't power unless it's applied. What are you going to do with this information? I would love to hear from you. So that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful day. God bless you. Namaste. Peace out. Goodbye.